Hope everybody is prepared to have a good weekend. I hope you had a great day, a great week. To this point, I hope that the year is going the way that you desire for it to go. I'm not going to be long. Leaving the cigar shop, got a stop to make. And then I'm going to try to wind down for the day. It's been a big day and a long week, but as I said in an earlier video, this week is a kickoff to a strong push for the fundraiser. Our goal is to raise $10,000 over the weekend. It's not a matter of whether it can be done. It's a matter of where we are as a people. It really is that simple. I've said this before, and I'm going to venture out to say it again. Look, complaining is not a strategy. Posting comments on social media, posts and videos and all of that is not a strategy. There's a way to use social media. There's the way to use the internet as a platform, but there has to be action behind it. There has to be direct engagement. There has to be plans and strategies in place. There needs to be research. There needs to be think tanks. There needs to be program development and implementation. There needs to be strategies, plans, and protocols. This has to be done from a unified perspective. Again, sitting up whining and complaining and saying all the things that we don't like and what everybody's doing to us doesn't get anything done. Sitting up and having intellectual pissing contests, trying to prove we know more than the next person, doesn't produce anything. All the infighting that I'm seeing, all the egos that are strutting like peacocks, doesn't produce anything. That's exactly what they want to see. They want to see the division between the black man and the black woman. They want to see the division between strong, outspoken black men because they fear us. But if they can get us to turn our ire towards one another, that's exactly what they want. I have spent the last 30 years of my life dealing with almost everything under the sun pertaining to the black struggle. Everything from miseducation, gentrification, mass incarceration, poverty, health, wellness, mental health, African-American adolescent, young adult male violence. I've disseminated my work. I've used what I've learned to develop programs. I've passed that information on to members of the think tank, which includes myself. I created an entire blueprint, step-by-step processes, including black codes that need to be in place within the black community. I didn't do it for a pat on the back. I didn't do it to walk around and talk about what I did. I did it because I love my people. I did it because I understand what's at stake. I've watched my elders and my ancestors tread this path, and it lead to mostly frustration because getting our people to wake up to what's necessary and do what's necessary is simply something that seems to be futile in effort. And it's sad because we are a unique and special people. We are spiritually endowed to do exceptional and extraordinary things. We are intellectually gifted for the purpose of figuring out the most enigmatic of issues, but we're lost in the darkness. We've drank the Kool-Aid. We have gotten caught up in trying to prove we've arrived in a situation where we have absolutely no power. We drive the cars, we live in some of the nice houses, but we have no power because we haven't learned how to operate as a unit. We're more in competition with one another. We seem to be okay as long as I can look around and see other black people that I'm doing better than. All of these things are things that only serve to exacerbate our standing as a collective. And don't get this wrong. If nothing else, you should be able to look at how some of the wealthy black people in this country have drawn the ire and the wrath of this system whenever they move in opposition to what's expected of them. How their wealth can be taken, how their freedom can be taken, how so much can be done. And then we'll join the bandwagon in canceling them. And no, I'm not co-signing or suggesting that we turn our eyes or a deaf ear to behavior from blacks that are counterproductive to strength, growth, and holistic health within our community. I'm suggesting that we find a way to deal with the issues that our children are having, the issues that plague the black family, the destruction and disintegration of the black family. I've been going on and on and on about that for years. There has to be a point where we get to where we understand that the only ones that are going to bring us out of this is us. So I'm challenging you. This is the time, this is the moment where we have to sit up and look. There are some things that are going to change this year that if we're not already engaged in doing some things that advance us, we're going to be hit so hard that it's going to knock us back 50 years. Dr. Claude Anderson tried to tell you, you didn't listen. Amos Wilson tried to tell you, you didn't listen. Dr. Khalid Muhammad tried to tell you, you didn't listen. Dr. Francis Cress Wilson tried to tell you, Dr. Charlie Brew, Dr. Howard Stevenson, and I can go on. We're standing here because we see it. We've invested in knowing, so I'm challenging you at this point to do something and become a part of the solution. On that note, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. You guys have an unbelievable remainder of your day. The information to give is in the description box. Thank you.
They said I should give it up, like that just ain't good enough.
Hello everybody, Dr. Rick Wallace here, dropping in with a little special announcement for those who have followed me for any stretch of time. You know, outside of the businesses that I run, like Myriad Business Solutions, the Visionetics Institute, Odyssey Media Group, I also do a great deal of work inside of the inner city communities in Houston, Dallas, and other areas. I'm asking now, as we push a fundraiser, that you support what the Odyssey Project is doing in the inner cities, especially with programs like Black Men Lead, which is a rite of passage initiative, and Restoring Ghetto's Forgotten Daughters, which is a program focused on helping young girls, but boys as well, suffering from childhood sexual abuse, rape, molestation, domestic abuse, absentee fatherhood, and so many other things. The information will be in the box. Thank you.
I'm free to be